The Lake of the Ozarks Polar Plunge is celebrating its 20th year this year. Who would have thought from our humble beginnings 20 years ago that we would have grown to this mega event that we have now? It did start 20 years ago with 54 brave souls who raised $8,200. Back then, we didn't really know what to do, so we just had everybody go in at the same time, and it was over in about 8 seconds. And everybody kind of looked at each other and goes, "Oh, I guess that's it. Maybe we should take a picture." So we did that, and it was about over. So 12 minutes and the whole thing was over. Of course, it's grown from there. We added a Polar Plunge party to celebrate all the fundraising success, and that's evolved to include a silent auction, a live auction, and dancing and entertainment. To our strut, which is a 5K fun run walk at Osage Beach, starting at City Hall. And then we've added our Super Plunge, which was the 8th year of having that this year, where people take their plunging into the next level by raising $2,500. And that's probably not even the hardest part, is the plunging every hour on the half hour for 24 hours. This year we had 13 super plungers who raised almost $48,000. And then, of course, with the Polar Plunge, it's just continued to grow to have almost 700 plungers.
This is our 20th year now with the Polar Bear Plunge here at Lake of the Ozarks. When Susan Stegman got a hold of Chief Troutman that first year, she could have went to many different lakes, but she came here, and we are the granddaddy of all the plunges. We are proud to hold that moniker, and I want to give a great shout out to the 4 people that were involved today that were in all 20 plunges, and just even all the way down to the person that plunged in their first plunge, to the Pee-wee plungers who we hope to get for many years to come.
I was involved with the law enforcement torch run for Special Olympics, and when this came up, I believe there was 20 or 30 people that did it the first time. It was
40, I think.
Yeah, it was very small, but it was the craziest of the crazy, and I always wanted to be part of that group. So, and over the years, obviously, it has grown and everything, but this is the original Polar Bear Plunge.
One of my majors asked me to do it, Major Podlowski, now retired. And when your major asks you to do something, you don't say no. So
Especially Pat.
That's right, exactly. So it's a great cause. So you can say the craziest of the crazy, or you can say the kindest of the kind. I think the athletes would do it for us if they could, and God bless us all in different ways, and if we can do this for them and raise money so that they can do things that we all like to do, giddy up, right?
Looking back, it's pretty amazing that it just continues to grow and grow and become part of people's winter traditions. I talk to people who it's a family reunion. I talk to people who say we wouldn't miss it, and they don't, and they just come and make a weekend of it at the lake. There's people who, there's students from the local schools who build a team each year through their student councils to come out and participate. So it really is a tradition at the lake that we're proud of, to be a part of, to be the beneficiary of everyone's hard work in the winter.
I think making it crazier than it was when it started took a little bit of effort, but over time, people, there were really no rules in the beginning, so people started wearing costumes. Now that has evolved into almost everyone wearing costumes or dressing up or coming down with a theme. I think the other thing is that statewide, Special Olympics has gotten more and more attention because of this, and people don't have any problem doing strange things for a great cause. So the awareness that this has perpetuated is just going to keep growing, and it has grown all the way across the state. Not only with the plunges, but with all sorts of other events.
Well, one of the changes is this year is the 8th Super Plunge that Randy and I have been involved in. So that's something that we changed, and has kind of grown and gotten bigger as the 8 years have gone by. We come out on Friday afternoon and start with our first plunge at 3:30 Friday afternoon, and then we do our 24th plunge to kick off the main event. So that's been something new and kind of exciting to add to the whole party atmosphere.
Not only have we gotten plunges across the state now, we've gotten other events. We've got rappelling going on now, several other events. So it's just bringing more and more awareness, and with the public being here, they're seeing more and more, which means more money to the Special Olympics, which is why we're here. So we all think that's a great thing.
It was 9 years before we decided to expand and have a plunge elsewhere in the state of Missouri. And part of that was by design, to create make sure that the one at the Lake of the Ozarks was solid before we started messing with it. We had this fear that people would start not coming to the lake and they would go to somewhere else, that it really isn't what happened at all. We found that there are many, many people who will plunge right in their own communities and not impact the Lake of the Ozarks, which we still call the Granddaddy event. And now we had 14 plunges in the state of Missouri, held starting the last week of January and running sometimes into March, depending on the weather. So what does 20 years of plunging look like? Started out as 54 people, I said that, and raised $8,200. 20 years later, we have over 9,500 people who have plunged through the 20 years and raised over $2.3 million. That is a phenomenal accomplishment and effort on people's behalf. So to sum it up, I'd have to just give a huge thank you to the Lake of the Ozarks community, specifically to Osage Beach, who has wrapped their arms around this like nothing else. Osage Beach Police Department, who is with us every step of the way, every single year. Tan Terra has been there from the beginning, as well as Mix 92.7, Benny Media, incredible partners. And I can't even think about not mentioning DNR State Park staff because of obviously we're there in their home at PB2, but their staff is incredible. They help us load, unload, hang banners, put up mesh fencing, park the cars, direct the volunteers, check everybody in, and wrap it up. And they're doing it with smiles all along the way. They are just incredible partners for Special Olympics and for us and this event. So thank you. Thank you for making the magic happen from the beginning and believing in something that we really didn't know what it could become. But looking back, it's been pretty awesome. So thank you for being part of the effort and part of the family that makes it happen.